We needed a break. Something had to give. So we tried something we've never done before, and we're taking you along with us.
Enjoy the ride. Welcome back to the RV Odd Couple. My name is John.
And I'm Mercedes. Long story short, we sold all of our possessions to RV full-time with a toddler and a dog.
And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Join the Odd Squad and follow us as we travel across America, sharing all of our experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And apparently we've been sharing a lot about the ugly.
The negative parts.
We haven't meant to, but we were at this breaking point. I mean, it was like the perfect storm. We dealt into some kind of negative topics. We shared about them very publicly. It was just, we were exhausted.
And then going on a radio show and telling the whole world that we made a big mistake it just kind of started wearing on us.
And the other piece that kind of added to the perfect storm, you know, Sedona has been on John's bucket list since I met him.
15 years. I have been dying to go to Sedona.
We made special arrangements to stay there for 3 weeks, but the snow finally caught up to us, and so
we got a foot of snow the third day we were there. It never got over 50 degrees for 2 weeks.
It was crazy. And so we blinked, and all of a sudden our 3 weeks were almost gone, and we were about to leave in 3 days.
We both woke up, we looked at each other and said, let's take a couple of days. We've only got 3 days left in Sedona, Arizona.
And so we decided to take you along with us. But I don't know about you, I don't really care to watch other people's family vacations, so we wanted to turn this into something that will actually serve you if you decide to go to these places, give you some tips and some things that maybe you should know ahead of time. And we also really need your feedback, especially from the Odd Squad. Let us know what you liked, if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, anything that we can do to change it, or any questions that maybe we didn't address that we should have. We really need your feedback on this as we kind of try to pivot and show you some of the real tangible benefits of the RV lifestyle.
We love the town. We're going to show a video of that. And then when we got home, I went to Mercedes and I said, hey babe, we can either go on a helicopter, a Jeep, or a train.
And you know me, Miss Safety, Nervous Purvis, I'm like, so we're going on a train.
So we're going on a train.
I figured that was the most safe, although I'm sure he would have rather gone on the helicopter.
I was hoping for the helicopter, but...
Yeah, but he was a total gentleman about it. And so we're going to give you guys some tips and tricks in Sedona, and then we're also going to tell you guys about this really cool experience. I'd never been on a train before, and just, it's awesome, but I want to share with you guys some tips on it. So one of the tips I would give you if you're going into Sedona, especially driving in, is keep the camera ready. Maybe have the passenger, whoever's in the passenger seat, have the camera ready for the drive up there. Because you get closer and closer and you're like, oh, that's so beautiful. And you don't think it'll get much more beautiful than that. And then you turn and bow, 10 times more beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow, this is awesome. I'm so glad I've seen this. And then bow, it gets even better.
You're surrounded. Everywhere you look, you're surrounded by just absolute beauty.
Yeah, so keep that camera ready because you're going to want to take pictures, not just once you get there and park, but really of the drive there too. And another thing, speaking of parking, is that we did have to go on this online app to find parking. So that was a little bit tricky, but it was so worth it. And we were just ready to do some walking. So
it was like $3 or $4 for 3 or 4 hours.
It wasn't bad, but just have your walking shoes. There's so many good food places. It smells delicious. We picked out a place based on the smell. You can smell it across the block. We had a good burger and some sandwiches and stuff.
Some of the art that we saw downtown Arizona, the artwork, the street, what do they call them?
Oh, the street performers. They were so
cool. Street performers were there. People playing guitar, people playing trumpet, people playing clarinet, people actually doing artwork of the mountains. It was really cool. A really nice setting.
But there's one big problem with Sedona that no one will tell you about. As you go into Sedona and you look at all these shops, you're going to want to buy rocks, okay? And when you're in an RV, buying rocks.
Yeah, she wanted to buy a 1,500-pound rock, and it doesn't work too good on an RV.
But it was an amethyst, okay? So just know, if I ever come back here, I'll definitely make sure that I have some space available to buy rocks, because there's just so many cool precious stones and gemstones, and so just I want to forewarn you about the rocks. If you are in the general area, southwestern United States, and you have the opportunity, make sure that you hit Sedona, Arizona. And if you're a Thousand Trails member, we'll put a link to that Thousand Trails video, but we definitely recommend that you take advantage of
Verde Valley Park is absolutely gorgeous.
So the piece about the train, you do need to buy your tickets ahead of time. So that's why we went to Sedona day one. We bought our tickets, and then we went to the train the second day. And the piece about that, oh my gosh, the historical, this train was built in 1912. It's an FP7 locomotive. I don't know what that means, but they have 2 of 10 that are left in North America. And just the history, they take you through this ghost town, and they tell you all about the
different rock formations that are out there. The beauty is just incredible, and you lose complete connection with the world when you start this train ride. And they warn you before you leave the station that they go out in the middle of the wilderness in Arizona, and so the beauty is just, I've never seen anything like that. But you will be completely disconnected from the world, which at that point, we really needed that, right? We needed to be disconnected for a few hours just to enjoy what was around us.
Well, and yeah, because if this train had been in the middle of a really busy city, it would have been very tempting to grab the phone and check Facebook or check whatever social media. And so the fact that we were so disconnected, it really put you like straight in the moment. And a couple of words of wisdom I would give is that, you know, this is a 4-hour excursion. The coach tickets are $65, and the first class tickets were $90 each.
And they're worth every penny, guys.
It really was. When you're going to be in a place for 4 hours, that comfort, that $35 makes a huge difference.
Yep.
And so I would definitely recommend that if you were to take that, make sure that you get the
first class tickets.
Yeah.
And it also includes a buffet, an open buffet, finger sandwiches. They had some chicken wings on there.
Yeah, they kept you fed, because it's exhausting afterwards. Afterwards, you're kind of tired. Another really awesome piece about this train ride is that they take you by the cliff dwellings, the Sinagua, or I don't know if it's Sinagua or Sinagua, because it sounds like Sinagua without water.
Indians.
Yes. They had these cliff dwellings, and it's so amazing. I mean, just imagine what that must have been like in that time. And it's just a real, I don't know if I would say spiritual, but it's something I'm going to take with me for a long time, being able to see all of that nature and all of that history.
I would say that this trip at this point in our RVing full-time career was exactly what we needed. One of the coolest things that happened on this train trip was we went through it. It was great. Sage had a great time. Mercedes and I really got to relax and enjoy being out in the wilderness. But at the very end of the trip, the conductor came back, this little lady. She's all dressed up with a hat and everything. And cool. She said, I hope you guys had a great time, because if you didn't, it's your own damn fault. And Mercedes and I looked at each other, and it's so true. We are responsible for our happiness. And you know, we did get a little bit down when we cut that last video, looking at how dumb we were when we made the purchase of this RV. But you know what? It's our responsibility. We need to put it behind us and move on. And that's what those couple of days did for us. It was time to move on to the next level of our experience with RV full-time living and our YouTube channel. So we really hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Ring the bell, put little wings on it.
Ding, ding, ding.
And you'll get notifications whenever we release a new video.
Yeah, and let us know what you thought. If you've been to Sedona or in that general area, and there's other good touristy things to do, leave them in the comments, because a lot of you RV vets leave comments that are worth their weight in gold. So any information you guys have for potential newbies that are going to be in that area, please write them down in the comments. You guys don't know how many people you help when you do that.
And we do plan on doing a live stream here fairly soon. We've got pretty good internet in the park that we're at right now. That's been a big struggle for us, but we've worked out those bugs. We do plan on doing a live stream on YouTube. We will let you guys know. If you're subscribed, you will know when it's going to happen, but we're not going to announce it again. So look for that notification that we're going to do a live stream. We'll probably give you 3 to 5 days notice. And we're really excited to do this. It'll be our first time, and we're a little bit worried about the technical aspect of it, but we'll work our way through it.
All right, and then our cameo appearance, the star of the show. Who's that? Who's that?
What you guys don't realize is typically it takes us all day to shoot about 10 or 15 minutes of video because this one is just full of energy. She bounces off the walls.
Yeah. And she loves seeing herself.
Hello! Hello!
And I got to see a blue heron. Is that how you say it?
A blue heron.
A blue heron?
Yeah.
No, it's a herring.
Okay.
Is
yeah.
it herring?
Sure.
Or is it heron?
It's a blue heron.
A blue heron?
Yes.
Okay.